winter meeting going just to give you guys the opportunity to know how we run stuff, because it's a lot different than, because we are having junior high kids playing high school sports, that there's different rules to it. Junior high football is a lot different, but I can tell you this: if junior high, if you're playing for us, there's no way you guys should be playing club anywhere else. You can't be playing anything while you're playing at our school. So that's pretty, and it's the same thing with high school. If you're in high school, you shouldn't be playing club AAU and you're during the high school season. That's not how it works, okay? This is my name, it's Ortiz, my phone number, my email. If you have any questions, you guys can always reach out to me. If I can't, I get a little busy throughout the day just because I am in charge of discipline also with Mr. Weekly, so I try to get to you guys as much as possible, but I'm pretty accessible. If you actually come to the school and ask for me, majority of the time I try to get you in my office. All right, any questions, just wait till the end of the presentation. You can always send them to me. Our success, folks, this is our 4th year. We've had 4 Coach of the Years, 3 state championships. We've had a couple of students get to play at the next level for basketball. And then the coaches that we hired actually got hired in bigger programs. So these schools that are bigger are realizing how great our coaches are, and they're trying to steal them from us, basically. And it's hard because we're a small school. I can't provide a bigger program to these coaches. So they had the opportunity to go bigger. I always see it as a great branch for me, because apparently I'm hiring the right people that all these other schools are trying to get at them, which I don't have a problem with. The only issue is I gotta find the same type of people to bring in. That's pretty much the hard job to get. Basketball, we've been lucky. We've had our 2 coaches that have been doing varsity. They're state champs. They won it last year. Coach Lee won his first year as an assistant, girls varsity. So we've been pretty successful. One thing that we do is we rebuild. There's times where girls feel like, or boys feel like they want to go to prep programs and they kind of leave us. But we have everything that you need here, to be honest with you, from the recruiting part to coaches that are dedicated to their craft. I always commend these guys. Coach Perkins, junior, he does junior jets, he does junior high football, he does girls varsity volleyball, he's doing flag. He's dedicated, he loves to be here. And those are the type of guys we have. Coach Lee and Nick and Contrell, they're in the gym constantly. You'll never get anybody that dedicated to the sport, let alone your student to improve. Because I'm real big on development. If you're not getting developed, then what are we doing? So when it comes to interviewing these coaches, that's what I try to do. Mr. Wheatley's our principal, he's also our campus director. Spring sports this year, Coach Nick, Coach King, Coach Jordan. Coach Jordan's new to us. He'll be doing the JV team this year. We got Coach Lee, and then we got Coach Perkins once again with Coach Plum. Those guys did the junior jets with us, and now they'll be transferring over to the elementary school or the junior high football. Our health aide is Ms. King. She's normally at all the games. If somebody gets hurt, she normally attends to them. That's her email. What we did this year is we didn't do register my athlete. We did bound. So basically, you have to start, when you guys leave here, you're going to be branched off to a different classroom where your coach would be. And it's basically getting a profile and uploading physicals, uploading concussions, things like that. If your child doesn't have a physical, he can't practice. That's the first thing that needs to be done, is physical. So if they have practice tomorrow, which I don't think they do, I think they're going to give a lot of the, at least the boys, I haven't talked to Lee yet, but give the opportunity to go get physicals so you can start uploading them in. So bound is where you'll get it. A little bit about it, you'll need the physical as long as it's dated for the year. So if your kid played soccer last year for us, that physical is going to be good for this season right now until it's not good for the following soccer season. So it's basically a year from when they have the game. The concussion, you can go on NFHS. It's real simple. Your student has to be the one with their name on the concussion, not parents. I get a lot of parents putting their name. I don't want you to know about concussion. It's great that you know, but I need your kid to know because he's the one or she's the one that's going to know the symptoms if they do hit their head. And then the athletic handbook needs to be signed. Grade checks for us is done every Tuesday. So I'm real big on it. My coaches, I hound them on it. We give the opportunity the first 2 weeks for the students to play, and then after that, it becomes them religiously going to their teacher, and it's up to them. The students know. Monday, go get a slip from Miss Inez in the front, and Tuesday you should be handing those papers to the coaches. What I normally do is I give them a little bit of a grace period. If Tuesday they're not doing well and they're failing math, but their game is Thursday, I allow them to try to get it fixed by Thursday. If they don't get it fixed by Thursday, and I look, because our program is small enough that I can check myself. If they're not passing, they don't play. That's just the bottom line. There's no excuse here for not passing. We have advisory. Advisory is a period where kids can go and get whatever work that they're missing done. If there are issues with testing, if they didn't do well, they're not understanding something in English, math, that's the period during the day that they can go handle their business. So don't ever have your kid tell you how they're so busy throughout the day that they don't have time to get it done. That's a lie. They can get into the classroom and they can knock out work. Some teachers won't grade until Friday. So guess what? If you're failing on Friday, Tuesday, and you have a game on Thursday, unless that teacher's nice, they don't have to grade their stuff until Friday. That falls on your student, doesn't fall on the teacher. Your students already know, especially when it becomes a student athlete, you're a student first, bottom line. When it comes to eligibility, like I said before, failing, I give them that opportunity to fix it. All paperwork gets filed with the coaches. Attendance, miss more than 4 periods, then you can't compete. So if you're absent throughout the day and you decide, well, I feel better, I'm gonna go to practice, I'm gonna tell your coach, he or she gotta go. He didn't show up to school today. How is he at practice? How is he at a game? So at the end of the day, your student has to be present. They're the leaders of our school, bottom line. They're the ones that are leading. So you gotta lead by example. So attendance, if you're out of school suspension, in school suspension, that's automatic, you're not playing. Any type of discipline to the extreme where you're OSS or ISS, you're not playing the next game. When it comes to eligibility, it's a lot different for junior high because there really isn't, we're able with CAA to not necessarily count towards your high school. So if you're an 8th grader playing varsity, it doesn't count towards your 4 years of varsity. It just doesn't. So if you're a student that comes in late, but you want to play a sport and you make the sport, you're pretty much golden. When it comes to high school, it's a lot different because now it's eligibility. So if you played last year, the only thing that's great about CAA is that if you played last year, but you registered before August 1st, you get a full season as a high school player. Anything after that, you get half the season. So with AIA, you don't get that. AIA is automatic, half the season, you're done. With us, it's a little different because CAA is different. They also allow 7th graders to play junior varsity, where AIA would never do that. But if your skill level's there, why wouldn't you have your student compete, right? What else? Like I said before, junior high, 7th graders can't compete in the junior varsity team. An 8th grader can't play varsity sports. It gets approved by the CAA. They want to protect the roster spots. So a lot of times, there's always going to be those conversations. I'm going to have coach to find out, hey, do we have junior high kids that will be playing varsity? they cannot be taking someone's roster spot high school wise. But if they don't have enough and then they're looking to bring some up, then that's a lot different. It just depends on the numbers that come to try out. But the board is I'm the one who does the appeal, and then the board goes through it. Communication, I always tell the player to always talk to their coach. I will always tell you to encourage the student to visit the coach. Then it could be the second step is player parent to coach. Schedule an appointment with the coach. I always say avoid conversations before or after the game, any athletic. A lot of times coaches like that 24 hours to get away, especially if the game didn't go their way. And it's tough to have a parent come up to you and ask you questions about what happened when you're trying to actually deal with it yourself. So I always tell the parent, make an appointment with the coach. They'll sit down with you. They can tell you what's going on with your student, and then the player, parent, and then myself and the coach itself. If it's something that you guys feel like, I need to be involved with the coach, then we'll sit down as a whole and we'll meet. But those are the steps that I look for my coaches to follow. School safety, I know there's parents that like to come to practice once in a while. What I tell you is make sure that you get a hold of your coach 24 hours prior. He or she's going to designate you an area for you to stand by and sit. But you have to make an appointment with me so you understand the expectations. The reason why we have parents not coming to practice is because I don't know who you are. I don't know your history. I don't know your background. You have to understand I was a police officer, so I'm big on safety. So I know the coaches that are around here with your kids have IVP cards. They have clearance to be here. Parents, I don't. And many parents, you get to a point where your kid sometimes doesn't want to do what he needs to do or she needs to do because you're standing there watching. I've had parents actually coach other people's kids at practice, which most parents are like, why are they even talking to my kid? Understand what I'm saying? So that's the reason why we have practice that's closed. I'm telling you, if you want to come and see it, I have no problem with it. Give them 24 hours and they'll put you in an area where you can sit and you can watch practice. But any type of disruption or anything like that, that becomes the one and done. You won't be able to do the practice at all. This year, we kind of bumped up our price with the fee. It's going to be $100 for the student to participate. You can pay it on bound. There is waivers. I've always looked at them as case to case. We have that tax credit where you can actually pay and then you get that money back through your state. It's that Arizona taxpayer where you can receive dollar for dollar tax credit. So that might be something. I've had parents do that. Hazing, there's no place for it. I always tell the students, make sure that you speak to your coaches. That's unacceptable. Any type of hazing, any type of harassment doesn't happen at our school. 100%. Code of conduct, there's always going to be standards at the games. Especially with parents, I know sports can be very emotional, and I get it, but we have to compose ourselves because we're a reflection of Sequoia. So at the end of the day, and I've had it done already this year, where a parent had to take the CAA sportsmanship and get the certificate on NFHS because they basically were thrown out of the game. So the referee walked over, told the administrator, that person's got to go, and they had to leave. Well, for you to return back, you have to come with a certification saying you took it, and then you're able to go back. If it happens again, you're done for the season. You cannot attend any more of that season itself. If your kid plays soccer, then I don't have a problem with you being able to go do the soccer. But for basketball or junior high football, you're not going to be able to after the second offense. So that is a rule that the CAA started last year, and it's worked out for us. I've had one parent so far each year. This one was a little early, but so far I had one last year, and so far I have one this year. And they owned it. They said, you know what? Yeah, I got too excited. Yeah, if things shouldn't have been said, it is what it is. They did the certificate, and now they're able to watch the games. Be careful with social media. You know, I know a lot of times people want to talk bad, they want to say things. No need for it. There's not a coach in this room that wakes up in the morning and says, I want to lose. They don't. They put in a lot of work. And a lot of you that have been here in the summer, they've been in here in the summer, the whole time working. The junior Jets with Coach Perkins, having camps, I remember last year doing 6 in the morning workouts. They put in the time. So they're not here. We should be bashing them on social media, okay? And then when you leave here, there will be a player-parent contract. When you meet with the coaches, you'll have that contract signed. We do have the banner program, so if you have any companies, anybody that you're looking to donate to us for $500, they get a banner in the gym, or they get a banner outside on the football field, but then also we put it on our Bound website. So you'll see your banner. Every time someone goes into that Bound, they'll see the banner of a different company all the time. So we try to do that. Whatever donation, it goes back into the program. So we'll buy the banner, and then that money goes back into the junior high Jets or the basketball program. They're looking to buy equipment, they're looking to buy new uniforms. Those are the things that they do with that money. At the end of the year, they want to do an end of the year banquet. Those are the things they do and use that money for. Okay? These are just the places where we put banners, or we're looking to put banners in. They go in the gym. We would like to try to get one of these eventually. This is going to be, we changed the photos because nobody got a haircut, nobody got their hair done, so we can't do it tomorrow. So we're going to do it on the 12th, and then January 22nd will be for junior high football. Okay, so I changed it just because I got bombarded by a bunch of basketball players saying, I'm not ready, my hair. So I got a hold of the photographer, and he goes, Ortiz, because it's you, I'm gonna change it to next Wednesday. So we're good on that. When it comes to the banners for seniors, I tell the parents to buy the banners, we hang them up in the gym, and then we give them to you to take home at the end of the season, okay? Banquet's always going to be here at the school, on campus. Food decorations up to the discretion of the coach. If parents would like to have input, make sure you contact the coach. Fundraising is a huge part of financing the banquet. Any fundraising funds normally takes about 30 days to retrieve from corporate, so we have to plan accordingly. So, you know, I know coaches, they're always looking for help. We have a really, really great team mom for football who's able to go out and get different restaurants to donate for the boys to eat before the game, the day of the game. She even did programs for the school, so we can hand those out and put those sponsors in the program. She's very, very active with the football program, and we've been blessed to have her. Because she's one that when it comes to the banquet and things like that, she says, I got it taken care of. And Coach Nightingale's lucky, he just lets her run with it. Whatever she wants, he just, hey, go ahead, do it up. And it's great, because that's one less thing he has to worry about, especially with the boys being fed before the game starts. But we've been lucky. I mean, we were 1-7 last year, and this year we're 7-1. We were the number 1 seed. We won the region. So maybe the feeding the kids before the game might have helped, because being 7-1 from a 1-7 team, I mean, there's no way he doesn't get at least some type of recognition with CAA. And that's him in the summertime, in the heat, 7:30 in the morning, getting them boys in the weight room, having those boys in the weight room during school hours. That's what these coaches are about. So you put in the work, and those are the results that you get. So we did win region, and we'll definitely have a banner up for being region champs. And like I said, I've never been around a program where we were at, 1-7 to a 7-1 team. I mean, that's a lot of work put in by coach and the boys. The school stores are open. All the coaches know the links to them. They'll give you those links. They're just for basketball. They did do junior high. They did do football, just because it does take a while for football because of the turnover, how long it takes to get done. So we opened up the football one, and we did open up the basketball one. But there's only but so many days for each one of them. So if football gear is what you're looking for, something that says Jets on it, there's a store. You guys can go and buy something, so at least you have something to wear during the season. The breakout sessions, they'll talk about student contracts, the fundraisers, Bound, if you guys have already started Bound, where the status is. Coach Nick is going to be in 108, so it's going to be varsity and junior varsity players. Girls basketball, junior varsity and varsity will be with Coach Lee in 109, and then Coach Perkins is going to be in his classroom in 103. All right? And that's all I have, folks. Any questions for me, you guys can always come and see me. We can talk. But for the breakout sessions, it's going to be for the coaches to talk to you guys, to even further talk to you about the expectations for this season. All right? All right, that's it. Thank you.